As the state of Maharashtra continues to rapidly industrialize, investors and industry titans are placing their bets on the city of Nagpur. But how do the experts assess the city's strategic and economic potential? Well, we made our way to the Leaders of Tomorrow's Season 12 Nagpur Springboard to find out. On the show tonight, we present to you Dr. Vipin Itankar, I.A.S, District Collector, Nagpur and Chairman, Mihan India Limited. Rina Sinha, President of the Vidarbha Economic Development Council, and Girdhari Mantri, Vice President, Association for Industrial Development, Nagpur.
Nagpur, the Orange City, is rising as India's next big industrial hub. Nagpur's thriving MSME ecosystem, strong infrastructure and central location are fueling its growth as a logistics and manufacturing hub, powered by skilled talent and bold policies that are drawing global attention.
So Mihan, as you're all well aware, of course stands for the Multimodal International Hub Airport, Nagpur. That's the full acronym, correct? And it was initially conceptualized with the idea of accelerating Nagpur's industrial development. Sir, in your view, without a shred of bias, has it lived up to investor expectations and industry expectations? A fair assessment, sir.
As I would say, currently I'm holding the charge of Joint MD, MADC, and I'm looking after Mihan.
Right.
So the Mihan was conceived 20 years back, but you see the trajectory. It has peaked in the last 5-6 years, and as I see now, the top leadership, you will say top leadership, middle leadership, and the leadership of the district, we all are working to promote it as a destination hub.
Sure.
And you can see results also. I will take this opportunity, not only Mihan. When I talk about Mihan, I would say the Nagpur industrial ecosystem, and it includes MIDC also, DIC also. You can say in the last that international summit, MOU worth 15 lakh crores were signed, and out of that 1.5 lakh crore were from Nagpur. And not only that, if you see the speed of conceptualization from signing of the MOU to the groundbreaking ceremony, it has taken less than 2 months. I will quote few examples like Pernod Ricard and Avada. From the signing of the MOU and their work has also been started. So I would say ki now is the time that Nagpur should take the lead.
Well, Dr. Vipin, thank you for sharing that. I want to pose my next question to you, Rina, building on some of sir's comments and observations. Now, if we're putting some facts and figures to the conversation, right? I think the projection was that Mihan would grow the city of Nagpur's population by upwards of 12 million, right? By way of direct employment and indirect employment. Where do we stand on that trajectory? And is that perhaps an overstatement or in line with ground realities?
Thank you, Pooja. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
See, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Sure.
And the way things are happening, I would say that we are very much on track. Not because I'm sitting next to Vipin, but because it has taken its time. But the way the things are moving, and I mean, I think today I would say Nagpur is on the world map, if not just the country. And whenever there is a disruption, the way it is happening now, there will be doubts. But the way the figures are being projected, the way, as Vipin has said, in terms of the announcements that are happening, and surprisingly and pleasantly, it's not just the announcements. We are actually seeing action on the ground. So I think it's just about time where we would be where we project ourselves to be. And finally, I would say that now people are coming back to their homes.
Carry forward Rina's point. If you go a statistic, 1 month before only we have taken out a survey that more than 2 lakh people are employed directly or indirectly in Mihan. And that is a big thing, 2 lakh people getting employment in Nagpur. When you see the ecosystem, the education ecosystem, we have more than 38 engineering colleges which are producing more than 8,000 students. So to absorb such kind of students locally, to have an industrial growth. When I say industrial growth, I mean to say service industry also, in every industry. So if you want to absorb those students and to give them livelihood, the growth of the Mihan and industrial growth in the Nagpur is very much required.
Right. Absolutely. I think you're spot on there. And Girdhari, I'll come to you now because, look, I think when we can talk about industrialization, oftentimes there's an ease of living or an ease of doing business index that forms a core component. So how might you rank Nagpur from the lens of an MSME, for example? Because those are the pain points we're most concerned with tonight. When it comes to everyday basics, let's say education, taxation, sanitation, health, safety, ease of doing business. I think we need a realistic picture of where the bottlenecks lie and likewise where the opportunities do.
Thank you, Pooja and ET Now, for considering Nagpur as the emerging cities, like you had given this all opportunity to all. See, you said that as far as the infrastructure is concerned, because we already have two visionary leaders, Nitin Gadkari ji and Devendra ji, when they took over thereafter, whatever the problems we faced as an MSME, totally all, and they personally took it to them and this resolved all the problems. All young generation went to Bangalore, Pune, US, Europe, but now we had seen that the growth of ID industries, in general for India, it is around 4%. But Nagpur is growing at 6%. Around 2,000 crores of business we are generating in Mihan. And otherwise also the defense sector is also emerging in Nagpur. We see solar, because solar is everywhere, you can see.
Absolutely.
But even smaller entrepreneurs have come up. Many of opportunities are there in defense. Even in vehicles also, Mahindra has done well. The engineering sector is there. Around 40 plus sectors are working. Textile is there. Coming up is logistics, definitely logistics because of the connectivity. Samruddhi is there.
To my knowledge, let's say ice cream maker Dinshas is Nagpur based, for example. I think Ayurvedic giant Vicco also found its origin in Nagpur. Haldiram, how could we potentially or possibly even forget Haldiram? Right? So the list goes on, and you've seen development across a broad range of sectors. But the one sector I want to talk to you about, Vipin, is crop protection. Okay, when we talk agri, you've seen a lot of drone, artificial intelligence, and machine learning based technology that is specifically aimed at protecting the agricultural yield, or if not boosting the agricultural yield. Can you tell me why Nagpur?
Patanjali has also started his operations to start. Initially, they started the one plant. Now they have started the fruit-based, means oranges, juices. They have started the plant. So that will have an impact on the agricultural practices. The crop the farmers are growing. Initially, it was cotton-based and soybean-based, but now the farmer are also becoming smarter. So they will also change the cropping pattern. Now they will go for maize. They are going from horticulture, oranges. So that will also have impact on. So to promote and protect farmers, we are also utilizing our AI-based meteorological services. Now we have automated weather station. Initially, it was all manual. Now it is all automated. Taking into consideration the strategic location of Nagpur, be it service industry, be it pharmaceutical industry, be it MRO industry, be it aeronautical industry. The future of that will be Nagpur. Our Honorable CM Sir is promoting Gadchiroli as a steel city. So that will also have a positive impact on Nagpur also, because all the ancillaries and related industry will also come up. So it will have very good impact, good positive economic impact on this Gadchiroli, Nagpur, Wardha, this Vidarbha region. So so variety of industries are coming. It is not restricted to one single line of industry. It is just a ecosystem and variety of clusters of related industries.
I think the point that really rings true here is the deeply diversified economy that Nagpur has become. All right? And we're here to dissect how MSMEs can capitalize on those trends.
It's time for a short break, but our coverage of the Leaders of Tomorrow Season 12 Springboard here in the city of Nagpur continues on the other side. So don't go anywhere. Welcome back to our continued coverage of the Leaders of Tomorrow's Springboard here in the city of Nagpur. Here we're joined by industry experts as they weigh in on how the blossoming industrial hub, the Orange City, the city of Nagpur, is swiftly emerging out of the shadows of Mumbai and Pune alike. Let's listen in.
I'll pose my next question to Rina here because I believe, the annual production capacity of the Nagpur Orange Growers Association is upwards of 5,000 metric tons per annum. So this is easily, the country's largest fruit manufacturing marketplace or food processing marketplace, if we can call it that. And you can't possibly spend a day in Nagpur without, the santra barfi or eyeing the santra son papri, so on and so forth. So I'd love your view on, given the last mile connectivity is as superb as it is, and given that the taste buds certainly seem to be peaked, does Nagpur have what it takes to become the country's next food tech capital? Your take, ma'am.
Pooja, very much so. In Mother Dairy now, the orange juice is going to be dried. See, what happens is the orange barfi has got a shelf life,
Right.
the way it is manufactured today. But in Mother Dairy, they have a technology where they would be spray drying. They would be drying the juice and then preparing barfis out of it. So you can imagine it can be exported all the way, no tension of any shelf life issues. And that's how technology is being used to promote the orange industry.
Fantastic homegrown example. Fantastic.
Yes.
Please.
So that's the vision of our leaders. And that is what is probably taking Nagpur to this jet-setting thing.
The comparisons between Nagpur versus a Mumbai or a Pune are never ending. That conversation finds no conclusion, literally, right? And yet we're talking about the increased desirability of Nagpur due to that last mile connectivity, due to the ease of logistics, correct? But one point that we've perhaps not touched on is the mentorship, that perhaps, at least the perception is much more accessible in a Mumbai or in a Pune. So for the benefit of our audience, all of whom are here for answers, right? I'd love for you to talk more about the resources available at their disposal, whose doors they can knock on, and how they can essentially take their business to the next level.
Day by day, new technologies are evolving. So people should come forward. They should tell that these are the problems. So solving these problems, if we can understand, then we can tell them that yes, you can grow this. But at the same time, we are facing labor problem also. For this, government has again planned something because there are so many institutes around. So ITI, engineering colleges is there. So now going out of, because looking at the infrastructure, looking at their parents' health, now people want to join at Nagpur and looking out the good opportunities, whatever are available. Only the pay scale has to be upscaled. Right. That is what they feel that Mumbai is, they're getting, Pune, they're getting more pay scale. But now they have understood, even at a lesser pay scale, their expenses are less in Nagpur because they're staying at home. So I think this will get balanced.
May I add a little bit to the mentorship which you're talking about?
Please.
There is a tremendous upsurge of industry-academia interaction. And we've got the best of the brains in institutions like the IIMs, we've got VNIT. These are the institutions have got their research and research cells, incubation centers, sure. And the children or the youth who are coming back to try something new can do a complete simulated testing and research and R&D in these institutions, and we've got the best of the brains there. So the academia has a large role to play in mentorship now.
And I'll come to you now, Dr. Vipin. We've got a low cost of living, fairly stable political environment, business-friendly policies, deeply diversified economy, access to, A-grade education. So if you were to be perfectly candid with me, sir, what does Nagpur not have? As you wear that collector's hat, what is at the top of your wish list, and how essentially are you working towards, making that mission materialize?
We want to create the ecosystem in Nagpur that anyone who is working or living in Nagpur should not miss Mumbai or Pune. That is our bottom line. You can see because I have graduated from Nagpur. I have spent my student life in Nagpur. The Nagpur in 2007 is very, very different and progressive in 2025. You have got metro, you have got Samruddhi, you have got big MIDCs that are flourishing. Then new international airport. We have partnered with GMR and they are taking over in next month. So we have got big airport coming up. We have got good roads, good highways. Metro phase 2 of metro is also going on. So I think in the next 5 years, you will see Nagpur as a investment hub and the first destination where everybody wants to come and establish themselves. And we are very much sure and we are working on that path.
Well, excellent. And I will pose my last question to all three of our panelists. When we travel to these smaller cities and we try and identify our wish list of speakers, we look for diverse backgrounds and most importantly, speakers who care about small businesses. And their track record demonstrates it as such. So with the small businesses in this audience that may be looking for strategic guidance, mentorship, opportunities, advice, what can each of you in your own personal and professional capacity do to help them reach that next level of growth? And Girdhari, I'll start with you.
This is a good question because normally what happens is they face problems, they don't know where to go and to start with. So I am always available there and most of the time people come to me and I'm giving them advices, even if for the smaller things, if they face any problems. Because we do what, basically it is a bridge between whatever they want to do and a political. This government and political people, I mean, that bridge has to be maintained and if it is clubbed, I think their problem gets solved.
Excellent to hear that. Rina?
Well, Pooja, I am basically, apart from being a chemical engineer and an IT personnel, I am an educator. I've run a franchise for the largest IT training institution for the last 3 decades. So mentorship is there in my DNA. And we are all there. Since I'm also president of an association called Vidarbha Economic Development Council. We conduct very many sessions where we try and get the best of the speakers. And that's my contribution that I have gained a lot from Nagpur. I would like to give back to the society and to the youth in whichever way I can. So I'm always there.
Fantastic opportunity. Our audience must take advantage of it. And Dr. Vipin, I'll give you the final word.
From the administrative side, our job is to troubleshoot the problems, to promote entrepreneurship. So we have got institutional mechanism. We have got our DIC department. We frequently conduct our Zoom meeting in MIDCs, what problem the industrialists are facing, and we will try to resolve in immediate manner. If it is resolvable at district level, we try to resolve it here itself. If it is not possible to resolve here, and if the solution lies at Mantralaya level or secretary level, so there is also an institutional mechanism. Every 3 monthly meetings we are taking, and there is a what I want to say, facilitation center at every district collector's office, wherein the representative from all the departments will also be there, and we will try to hear and we will try to resolve all the problems. I will quote few examples, like the most important issue while starting a business is the environmental clearance.
Right.
So now government is also facilitating and trying to clear the environmental clearance in record time. Like initially it used to take 4-5 months, right from public hearing to CR, but now the industrialists are getting ECs in record-breaking 2 months. So I would say no one can work as a single player. It should be an ecosystem wherein it is a multifactorial, multi-sectoral, multi-departmental issues are there. So we are trying to resolve it, and so that the administration should earn that faith in industrialists. Ki if I went to a collector's office, my problem will be resolved. We want to install that kind of confidence in our entrepreneurs.
I think that makes for a wonderful note upon which to close. Vipin, Girdhari, Rina, I have to thank you for sharing such a rich range of insights from your personal and professional journeys alike. You are truly championing Nagpur's industrial blossoming.
Well, that concludes our coverage of the Leaders of Tomorrow's Season 12 Springboard here in the city of Nagpur. I'm Pooja Jain signing off. Thanks for tuning in.